just so you know. So if you start talking from now on, it's going to be recorded. They can't see you. They're just going to see me on there. So you can have your camera on without fear. All right. Satnam. Welcome, everybody. So it is the full moon tonight, actually. I've set this up so the time that we're meditating, that we're in that 31-minute meditation, will take us through the actual time of the full moon, the actual time when the full moon is happening. Normally, I don't teach all the way till 9 p.m. because that's late, at least it is for me. But it's a Friday night and it's Leo season, so we can get wild, right? Woo! Leo season. All right, so we'll talk a little bit about the astrology. We'll do some warming up of our bodies and just open up the bodies, and then we'll go into this 31-minute meditation. And the meditation is really a meditation to make you a master of your own domain, right? When we're talking about Leo season, we've just entered Leo season. This full moon is at just 1 degrees of Aquarius, with the moon at 1 degrees of Leo. When we're talking about Leo season, we're talking about that heart-centered, passionate energy of yourself, right? And when we're living our truth, when we're living our purpose, there's a huge amount of bliss to that. There's a huge amount of energy that is involved when you are being your true self. And really, there's a huge amount of play. There's a lot of play and imagination and lightheartedness that comes with you just resting in who you are. And that's Leo season. And right now, what's amazing about this year, I always look at the astrology and I get chills. I'm getting chills again thinking about it. Of when you study astrology, it's like the stars are teaching us lessons. They're like, okay, here's the lesson for this year. Here's the lesson for this month. Here's the lesson for this day. And the lesson that we've really been getting for this year, which kind of started before the official new year, is when Jupiter and Saturn connected in Aquarius back in December of last year. At the very end of, around the end of December last year, they connected and they said, okay, we're coming out of this pattern of meeting in earth signs. We're coming out of this pattern of setting the tone of earth, and we're coming into air, and we're starting this air with Aquarius. And this is really a call. And I feel like everything you look at in the news, at least the context that I see, is we are taking down power structures of power over. People having power over each other, people having power over nations, people having power over businesses. It's just painfully obvious. I can't help but think of Jeff Bezos and just like how painfully clueless it feels like this person is to have all of this money and power while the rest of us are like just figuring it out barely after this pandemic. And we have an opportunity to kind of take apart these structures, not only in society. We're definitely need to do this work in society, but we first have to make sure we're doing it within ourselves too, taking and deconstructing these structures of power over. And what we need to learn and we have to develop over these next years is other ways of being with each other, new ways of being with each other, learning how to interact with each other where we're not caretaking each other. We're not forcing people to do anything else. We are our own empowered self. We know who we are. We know what we need. We know what we want. We know what excites us. We know where we're going, and we trust ourselves. Really, we trust ourselves to follow through with whatever that next step is. And we trust ourselves also to show up in relationship and say, oops, I messed up. I messed up. I did that wrong. Sorry. Or oops, here's me being really vulnerable. This is what I want. This is what I really want. I really want this thing. And I'm really terrified you're not going to give it to me. I'm absolutely terrified that you're not going to be able to give it to me. Or really finding these ways to get out of our own ego and start to connect with the collective, to start to plug ourselves into the collective. And part of what can hold us back from that is a lack of relationship with ourself, right? Because when we don't have a relationship with ourselves, then when we're with other people, we get washed up in all of their energy, and we're like, oh, well, let me just do something. I'll just do that for you, or I'll just follow what you're saying, or I'll just do whatever you're saying. And we don't really hold our own energy, but it is our responsibility. It is our responsibility in these times to speak our own will, to follow our own will, and to speak our own perspective, because we're recognizing that reality is not one thing. There's not one reality. There are many different realities, and we're all part of the same sensory system. We all have our own sensory system, but we're part of the same sensory of a wider sensory system. But each of us is experiencing a different part of the sensory system. This makes sense. This is kind of the one of these big concepts that come from Kundalini Yoga about transitioning into the Aquarian age, is that the sensory system is so important that you need to develop the subtlety of your sensory system, the ability to feel and to sense things, and also an acceptance of what information is coming in. Right? We need to drop into the subtlety of it and accept what subtlety is, what experiences we're having. So that sensory system that we're experiencing, what we start to feel, what you start to notice when you really start to step into the subtlety of your experiences and the senses that you're experiencing, is yours is completely unique, but it is also connected to someone else's. Other people are experiencing similar experiences, but it's your job to say, oh, well, this is the reality that I'm experiencing. This is the subtlety that I'm experiencing. So part of what we're going to do with this meditation today is really start to step into this more subtle part of ourselves. Our society is really, a lot of the things we do are meant to numb us the fuck out. We're honest. It like, we are overstimulated. Like, well, you want to be overstimulated in this culture? It's easy to do. We got all the things to overstimulate you. Got all the drugs to overstimulate you. Got all the like movies and things to watch. You want to look at your phone? We'll overstimulate you like crazy. You want to go on a roller coaster? Overstimulate. You know, in Colorado, it's like all of the, you know, jumping out of a plane and doing it. We can overstimulate you that way. Like, we can be overstimulated. And what happens is we're so overstimulated all the time, we just numb ourselves out because we can't take in all that information. So part of our work is to really put up boundaries. And that's part of what these full moons, we have these 2 full moons in Aquarius, are to realize where our no's are. Of where are we going to put up no's to have boundaries, to be like, I need some space so that I can tap into myself and I can tap into the subtlety of myself, where there's no phone at this point. There's no, you know, there's a day where I'm not doing anything for anybody else. I'm not, you know, there's a day just for me. Or if it's not a day, then it's, you know, a couple of hours where it's just me. And I'm just connecting with my own sensory system. So that's part of what we're going to work on, is developing that subtlety in this meditation. So the other thing that's going on with this full moon, particularly this full moon, so we have 2 full moons. We have this one, and then we have another one in 4 weeks. It'll be another full moon in Aquarius. Hold on one second. Jason, you're not going outside, so you can stop crying. Come here. You're not going out. Come here. Jason is my cat, and Jason wants to go outside. Do you want to say hi to everyone? Here, say hi. Jason wants to be witnessed. We respect your autonomy, but you can't go outside right now. Okay? You're just going to sit. So this full moon, I mean, full moons are always a time when secrets can be revealed, right? We have a light being shown on a surface that is sometimes not fully lit, but now it's going to be fully lit. There's going to be light shining on it. So the full moon is always a time when something might be revealed. I find I have revelations around almost every full moon, especially around my emotionality, because the moon is our most kind of intimate self. It especially rules our feelings and our emotions. So there's an opportunity to really connect with and realize maybe I've been holding on to this anger, or maybe I've been holding on to this hurt, or maybe I've been holding on to this begrudging of whatever that's really holding me back from moving forward with my life, from shining my light, from showing the world who I really am, right? That Leo energy of just showing up in your brilliance, in your light. So these two full moons are really an opportunity to get whatever that emotional garbage is out of the way. And this full moon in particular is very much about possibly revealing of secrets or things that are unknown, because what we also have is Pluto opposite to Mercury. Mercury is thought, so it's our communication, and Pluto is definitely dark, hidden secrets. So we have an opposition between those two planets at the same time. So you might notice that certain things get revealed, maybe in the meditation practice, maybe you already have some things that have been opening up in your life that you've been realizing. And you'll notice that for the next couple days for sure. And maybe we'll get some news about some secrets revealed in the next couple days as well. So we'll go ahead and go into our practice now. We'll tune in with Om Namo Gurudev Namo, tapping into the subtlety of ourselves, opening up and saying, okay, I'm done with my regular week. I'm stepping into this practice. I'm stepping into this moment where I can change my consciousness, where I can tune myself to higher consciousness, to the subtlety that is all around me. And then we'll do some warm-ups, and then we'll go into this meditation. So find a nice seat. Go ahead and bring the palms in front of you. Start to rub the palms. Find a way that you can relax more into your seat and sit up a little bit taller. Holding onto that Leo pride, feeling that pride of lifting your heart up. Relaxing the shoulders down. And closing your eyes and bringing the palms in front of your heart, and then starting to feel into this network, this web that you're a part of, this very new age way of connecting with each other, people joining from all over in community and connection, of knowing themselves better, of working with these stars, with this moon, and revealing the subtlety of themselves, and through revealing the subtlety of themselves, revealing the subtlety of human consciousness on this planet. Feel the space around you as sacred space, of sacred land, remembering those who originally inhabited whatever land you're on. For me, the Ute, the Arapaho, the Cheyenne, the original people of the land that I call my home now. Open up to any support from ancestors, helping spirits, whatever you might work with, whoever you might work with, whoever can support you, with a body, without a body, calling on that support. As we start to open up with the intention of tuning in with Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om, the creative force of the universe, sending that into your conch, your nasal passages through your nose, sending the sound up through your nose. Om Namo, to bow, to recognize that force. Gurudev, the great subtle wisdom of the universe. Namo, I bow to that. Recognizing it and experiencing it within yourself so you can experience it within the world. Take a deep breath in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om And if you know the Mangalacharan mantra, we'll chant it 3 times. Adguden Namah, Jugadguden Namah, Satguden Namah, Siddhi Gurudeve Namah, Adguden Namah, Jugadguden Namah, Satguden Namah, Siddhi Gurudeve Namah, Adguden Namah, Jugadguden Namah, Satguden Namah, Siddhi Gurudev Namah. Take a deep, full, complete breath in through the nose, filling up the body with the breath, letting the spine lift up nice and tall as the hips relax down, the palms gently press together so the elbows are out to the side, still keeping the shoulders relaxed. Eyes focused up at the third eye center. Hold that form without gasping out through the nose. Exhale. And inhale, take another deep, full breath in. And feel that subtlety. You're not in the same physical space as these people, but there are other people tuning into the same frequency as you right now. See if you can start to feel into that subtlety, feeling beyond time and space. Exhale. Inhale again. And hold the breath. Exhale, release. Relax the hands down. All right, let's start to warm up the body. So go ahead and come onto your hands and your knees. Do a few exercises. We're not going to do a lot of exercises, but we're going to do each one, full disclosure, for 3 minutes. Everything will be for 3 minutes. So your body will really be able to work into each of these exercises and find a nice steady rhythm, and then that will help you to calm down your nervous system from the week, so you can really settle into this meditation. So hands and knees are right underneath the shoulders and the hips. You're going to inhale, lift your head up into the air, lift the sits bones into the air, drop the belly down. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Nice, deep, strong breaths. Flexing that spine. Opening up your channel, your ability to receive more information. This spine is an antenna. It's taking all that information from the sensory system that you're experiencing throughout your body, from your guts, from your feet, from your cells, from the microorganisms that live and make up your body. Sending all that information to the brain to help process it, and then bringing it back down towards the body. So feel yourself opening up that channel, both the physical, exaggerating this movement, really making sure, oh, is my head moving as much as it can? Are my hips moving up as much as to the sky as they can? Are they tucking? Is my navel as involved as it can be? Can I squeeze my navel up a little bit more as I exhale? Can I drop the belly down more as I inhale? And just find this rhythm, whatever rhythm you've found for yourself. Just try to keep it going. Just keep that rhythm going. Really pressing the hands, the fingers into the ground, nice spread fingers, nice deep breath. Hearing Sat as you inhale and hearing Nam as you exhale. Hearing the sound Sat and then Nam.
सहाई हुआ आप सहाई हुआ आप सहाई हुआ
And inhale. Hold yourself in cow pose. So the head lift, the sits bones lift, pull those shoulder blades down your back. Feel your heart open and present. As you exhale, sit back on your heels and sit up tall on the heels. So sitting back on your heels, if you can, having the knees out in front of you. This is not a comfortable position for you. You could always come into a cross-legged position. Here in rock pose, you're really going to try to sit your sit bones right on top of your heels. So you should feel those sit bones sitting on the heels. If you need to spread the flesh away a little bit, find that contact. We're gonna bring the hands on top of the shoulders, fingers in the front, thumbs in the back, arms out to the side. Bring your chin in here. Bring the chin in. It's like you're trying to make double chins, Jalandhar Bandh. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. Twisting side to side. Now, there's a way to do this where you're just like pushing yourself through it, where you're really using your muscles and you're like pushing yourself. I want you to see if, yes, you're moving, you're finding a nice, powerful movement side to side, inhaling left, exhaling right, inhaling left, exhaling right. But that there's a little bit of letting go. See how much you can let go as you do this. Finding the form, like putting your body into the form, finding the motion and the movement, but seeing how you can maintain the movement, the motion, the presence with less force, less pushing, more accepting and allowing.
घट घट सबदी सुभाके आप सहाई होवा सचेता सचा ढोवा हर हर हर
Keep going. Try to maintain those elbows up at the height of your shoulders. And focus your eyes up at the point in between your eyebrows, focusing the eye gaze up. Now you're either already reached it or you're about to reach the place where it's like, oh gosh, I can't keep doing this anymore. So keep going, but give up. Like there's a way to like give up where it's not you doing it, where the motion is just happening, where you get out of the way and you just let it happen to you for the next 20 seconds.
हर 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 आप सहाई होवा सचेता सच्चा होवा हर हर हर
And inhale to center, hold the arms. Exhale, release the breath, relax the hands down. If you'd like to transition into easy pose, you can move your way into easy pose, coming with the legs crossed. Stay in rock pose if rock pose is really comfortable for you. We're going to work with the shoulders next. So finding that comfortable seat for you and letting the hands relax down onto the thighs, palms facing down. Sit up nice and tall again. Lift that chest up a little bit more and really hold Jalandhar Bandh, this neck lock. We especially want to hold it in this next exercise. That means the chin comes in towards the body and it's like the top of the head is lifting up. You're kind of pushing that in, trying to make double chins, but it feels like the top of the head is lifting up. Helps to straighten out that back of the cervical spine. So hands relax down. Really squeeze your shoulders up as high as you can get them towards the ears. Exhale, let them drop. Inhale, squeeze them up. Exhale, let them drop. Start to move really fast here. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. And just let the drop happen. Squeezing those shoulders up, dropping them down. We're really going to get deep into these shoulders, getting out that tension, getting up that thing we do where the shoulders creep up when really we want to be like, no, I don't want to do that. No, you can't say something like that. You can't treat me like that. Oh, I'll just hold that in my shoulders. No, we're going to get it out on this full moon. We're going to let it go. So work with it. Work with it. Work with the breath. Getting that breath to match the movement. And again, there's going to be this place of resistance when the shoulders start to feel heavier and heavier and heavier. That's the place we want to move through. That's the place we really want to open up. This mantra is for breaking through blocks. Hare 20 more seconds. Inhale, squeeze those shoulders up to your ears. Squeeze them up. Squeeze. Get them up as high as you can. Feel all that tension, all that Pull it, squeeze it. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, drop the shoulders down. Relax the shoulders completely down the back. Just sit and relax. All right, go ahead and crawl forward again onto your hands and knees. Hands right underneath your shoulders, knees right underneath your hips. Tuck your toes. Make sure you're on some nice solid ground. Got a yoga mat, that's nice, some nice grippy ground. We're gonna come up into triangle pose. So start to press into your hands, start to straighten out your knees and start to come up into triangle pose. Lifting the hips up, trying to get your body in a straight line from hands to hips, hips to heels. Triangle pose is basically like a downward facing dog. Similar mechanics, but the hands and the feet are a little bit closer. So if you've got, kind of bend one knee and then the other to help stretch into this, do that. Start to walk it out just a little bit slowly. You get into it. Really press into the fingers and the finger pads. Get the weight out of the wrists. Your body knows how long we're going to be in this because we've been in the other exercises for this long. So relax the head a little bit. Every inhale, feel those hips lifting up towards the sky very subtly. Very subtly, the heels sink a little bit closer. That stretch in the backs of the legs increases just subtly, subtly, subtly with each inhale and exhale. Hearing your breath, hearing Sat on the inhale, and hearing Nam on the exhale. We did a few exercises to open up the body, to get the energy moving in the body, to open up the blocks. Now we're working to chill you out. Putting that head below the heart to help calm down the mind, refresh the brain, and start to prepare yourself for meditation. This next inhale, lift those hips up just a little bit higher, press into the hands a little bit more. And as you exhale, bring the knees down to the ground. Let your head, your forehead come down to the ground. You need to spread your knees a little bit wider. Try to bring your forehead so that the third eye center is pressing against the ground, that point in between your eyebrows. And then take your palms, bring them together, and let the pinky side of the palms rest on the ground. So arms are stretched out on the ground in front of you, over your head. In prayer pose, palms together. Pinky side rests on the ground, forehead rests on the ground. Your belly rests down between your hips. Spread your knees as wide as you need them. This is called Guru Pranam. See how much you can surrender, how much you can let go. Surrendering your worries, surrendering your limitations. Opening up to possibility by letting go. Take a nice, deep, full breath into the backs of your lungs, feeling the back expand. And exhale, squeeze that belly in and up. Take another deep, full breath into your back, feeling that expansion behind you, your chest in front of you. And exhale, squeeze that navel in and up. One more deep, full breath into your body in this surrendering posture. And exhale completely. And then use your hands really sweetly and kindly. You're in a new state of mind right now than you were when we first started. So try to keep that subtlety and very subtly start to bring yourself back up. Come sitting up very slowly and come into a comfortable seat. So coming into a cross-legged position, you could be sitting in a chair. If you'd rather sit in a chair, whatever preferred place of sitting where you can sit up tall. So I always recommend that if you are sitting on the floor that you have something underneath your hips so that you can sit up tall. Because we don't want to have the lower spine rounded because then it rounds the whole body, the whole spine. So find your comfortable seat. So we're going to do this meditation. This is a very powerful meditation for becoming the master of your own domain. One of the names it has, a popular name that it has in this community, is the Master's Touch. But I actually found it in the original manual that was printed in, and it's in that it calls it the Triangle of Knowledge. So we're gonna have a few different aspects to this meditation to build your subtlety and build your subtlety to really listen to. Part of what we're going to do is we're going to be chanting a mantra, and what you really want to do is listen to. We're going to start to tune your inner ear to a certain frequency so you can start to hear the cues from the universe, so that you can really tune into that subtlety of, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do next. Okay, this is where I'm supposed to go. Okay, this is, I trust yourself, and then follow the directions that are unique for you. So we'll really be listening with the inner ear, and tuning that inner ear as we chant, listening to your own voice as you chant. So the different aspects are the chanting. The mantra is Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, He Be Sach, Nanik Si Be Sach. Okay. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, He Be Sach, Nanik Si Be Sach. Now, if that seems like a lot to you, don't worry. You have 31 minutes to chant it. You will know this mantra by the time we are done. What the part that is important, I mean, it's all important, but that is very important is that on the ch, on the such, that we chant 4 different times in this mantra. Ad such, Jugad such, Habi such, Nanikahosi be such. You're really overemphasizing that ch, ch, ch. And if you do that right now, you can start to see how that affects the ear. Ch, ch, ch. It sounds different in the inner ear. So it's part of what we're doing. We're tuning the inner ear with that sound current. This means truth in the beginning, truth throughout the ages, truth even now, truth for all time is basically what this mantra is doing. We're trying to tune ourselves to that frequency of truth. Then we have a mudra, and this mudra is using the index fingers. These are the Jupiter fingers, the fingers of wisdom. So we're taking the left one, the receptive one, we're facing it up. So it's facing up towards the sky, facing up towards the heaven. We're taking the active right hand, the right finger, and we're putting it on top of the left, pointing down. So thumbs are holding down the rest of the fingers, index fingers are extended, and there's this subtle touch, right? This is us tapping into our subtlety, is this very subtle touch that we have of these 2 fingertips together. And you want to hold this so that the arms are at about a 45-degree angle. So they're about a 45. So this would be a 90-degree angle. So you want to find half of that. So they're at about a 45-degree angle. Your fingers are at about a 45-degree angle. And the fingers are at about the height of the heart. So they're not flat out in front of you. They're up in front of the heart. That's our mudra. So we're going to hold that. We're going to sit up tall. The last part of this is looking down the sides of the nose at the tip of the nose. And your brain is going to go through all kinds of stuff as we do this for 31 minutes. Your eyes are going to feel crazy. The frontal cortex might feel very heavy. And we want to work through that if you can. If it starts to feel really pressurized, work with that pressure. See if you can hold the eye gaze. It's going to change the thalamus and the hypothalamus. So fingers come out in front of you. Eyes look down at the tip of the nose. And we'll start to chant this mantra. And when we chant it, we're going to chant it monotone. We're going to really listen to the sound current in our own ears. So you're chanting and listening. So sit up nice and tall, look down at the tip of the nose, and we'll start to chant as the mantra starts. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Ebe Sach, Nanika Hose Be Sach.
Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Ebe Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Ebe Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Ebe Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Ebe Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Ebe Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Ebe Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Ebe Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Ebe Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Ebe Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Ebe Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Ebe Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Ebe Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Ebe Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Ebe Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Ebe Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Jugad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Jugad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Be Sach, Nanika Osi Be Sach. Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanaka Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanaka Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanaka Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanaka Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanaka Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanaka Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanaka Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanaka Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanaka Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanaka Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanaka Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanaka Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanaka Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, Be Sach, Nanaka Osi Be Sach. Ad Sach, Jurgad Sach, O C Be Such. Ad Such. Jugad Such. Be Such. Nanak O C Be Such. Ad Such. Jugad Such. Be Such. Nanak O C Be Such. Ad Such. Jugad Such. Be Such. Nanak O C Be Such. Ad Such. Jugad Such. Be Such. Nanak O C Be Such. Ad Such. Jugad Such. Be Such. Nanak O C Be Such. Ad Such. Jugad Such. Be Such. Nanak O C Be Such. Ad Such. Jugad Such. Be Such. Nanak O C Be Such. Ad Such. Jugad Such. Be Such. Nanak O C Be Such. Ad Such. Jugad Such. Be Such. Nanak O C Be Such. Ad Such. Jugad Such. Be Such. Nanak O C Be Such. Ad Such. Jugad Such. Be Such. Nanak O C Be Such. Ad Such. Jugad Such. Be Such. Nanak O C Be Such. Nanika Osibe Such. Ad Such. Jugad Such. Ebe Such. Nanika Osibe Such. Ad Such. Jugad Such. Ebe Such. Nanika Osibe Such. Ad Such. Jugad Such. Ebe Such. Nanika Osibe Such. Ad Such. Jugad Such. Ebe Such. Nanika Osibe Such. Ad Such. Jugad Such. Ebe Such. Nanika Osibe Such. Ad Such. Jugad Such. Ebe Such. Nanika Osibe Such. Ad Such. Jugad Such. Ebe Such. Nanika Osibe Such. Ad Such. Jugad Such. Ebe Such. Nanika Osibe Such. Ad Such. Jugad Such. Ebe Such. Nanika Osibe Such. Ad Such. Jugad Such. Ebe Such. Nanika Osibe Such. Ad Such. Jugad Such. Ebe Such. Nanika Osibe Such. Ad Such.
Jugad Such. Be Such. Nanika Jose Be Such. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath in. Hold the mudra, hold the eye gaze. Still hearing the mantra vibrating in your inner ear. Exhale. Take another deep breath in. Hold the breath in, hold the focus. Exhale. One more deep, full, complete breath in to seal in the meditation. Exhale. Very slowly, very gently close the eyes, relax your hands down if you need to adjust your posture, adjust your legs, adjust your posture, but try to stay as subtle as you can, just sitting, coming eventually back into stillness, and eventually coming back just into listening to whatever sounds are around you, not picking out the individual sounds, not deciding whether you like a sound or if you don't like a sound, but just experiencing the sounds around you as a symphony, as a soundscape. Starting to build your subtlety of your sensory system by simply listening. Keep redirecting your attention to the sound and see if by listening so subtly, you can start to experience not the sound outside of you, but your reaction to the sound inside of you. Not experiencing sound as something around you, but as a sensory experience within you. Just practice that. And take a nice deep breath in and a complete breath out. And just gently start to come back into this space with your eyes, with your full experience. So I'd like to invite you to choose two things between this full moon and the coming full moon in Aquarius, which is in 4 weeks. I'd like to invite you to decide two ways you're going to work with your sensory system. The first way is, how are you going to help protect your sensory system from overload? What are you going to do? What boundary, what structure, what can you give yourself to say, okay, I'm going to get off my phone at this time, or I'm going to not watch the news. I'm going to listen to the news, or I'm going to read the news, but I'm not going to watch the news because it's too much of a sensory overload. Whatever it is for you, I want you to think about your life. Where is there too much sensory information that is numbing you out? Maybe it's coffee. Maybe you're taking in too many stimulants and you need to let go of caffeine use or a certain thing that's overstimulating you. I want you to pick one of those things to help create some space for your sensory system. And then two, find a way that you can help to develop the sensory system. So that meditation we just did at the end of just listening is a really powerful thing that you could do every day. Just 5 minutes, sitting and listening, just listening to what is, okay? That's one way of doing it. Another way could be you get a candle and you look at the flame and you do a meditation where you're looking. One could be that you're touching your skin and you're really feeling the sensation on your skin and you're feeling the sensation move around you. It could be that every time you eat, you are really paying attention to the taste. You're closing your eyes and you're really paying attention to the flavor. You're really absorbing all of the experience of the taste. It could be breathing and just noticing the sensation of the breath at the tip of the nose. Now, you're not going to do all of these. You're just going to pick one and do it for 5 minutes every day. Just pick one to help develop your sensory system. So we're going to find a way of kind of closing out, to putting some boundaries around what's coming into our sensory system, and then we're going to start to subtly develop it so that you have um, uh, a stronger understanding of yourself and how to show up in the world, to listen and to show up, and to take the cues that are being fed to us through our sensory system, so that we can really enter into this Aquarian age together. Okay. Thank you for joining me. It's beautiful to see all of you. Some of you are dark. I'm dark over here too. We're going to close by chanting 3 long Satnams, recognizing what a privilege it is to have this opportunity to come together, to have this technology to help develop our minds, to help develop our souls, our hearts, and to know ourselves better. And what an absolute privilege it is just to exist. It's an absolute miracle that we have bodies. It's an absolute miracle that we exist at all. So, in that, let's send out 3 long Satnams, sending out that gratitude, that presence, that light into our world. Take a deep breath in. Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Bringing the thumbs up to the point in between the eyebrows and bowing forward. Sat Nam. All right. One full moon in Aquarius down. We'll have another one on the 22nd is the official day of the next full moon. On the day before, I'll be up at the Star House here in Boulder. So if you're local, if you're up in Boulder, I'm gonna take this giant gong behind me that used to be a Raj, and I'm gonna take it up to the Star House, and we'll do some special stuff for the full moon. We'll do some gonging. We'll vibrate some stuff out for that full moon. And if you're not in town before that, for the new moon, in between these 2 full moons, I'll be both in person at the Yoga Loft and then online doing a rebirthing for the new moon in Leo. And the new moon in Leo is an opportunity for us to redefine our ego, to redefine our sense of self, and bring it more in alignment with our soul and more alignment with the collective. So we'll do a rebirthing kriya to let go of whatever's holding us back from stepping into that full light. So that is on what day is that on? That is on 2 Saturdays from now, so the 7th, from 3 to 5 here Mountain Time. Okay, it's nice to see all of you.